Hey Virgo, welcome to my channel Psychic Therapy for the Soul. My name is Rosebud and this is a February tarot reading for zodiac sign Virgo. Alright, so I'm going to first take a look at your theme of the month using the Embody Witch Oracle deck as well as the Sacred Medicine Oracle deck. And then I'm going to take a look at your monthly tarot and see what's going on for you for the month of February with the Wild Reflections. All right, let's get started. What's going on for you, Virgo, in February? Going on for Virgo? Nourish. And I'm just going to pull another one from here. What's going on for Virgo? Okay. Calling in all-star energy. Coming in. That's what I'm getting from this. Right here. Calling in all-star energy. Come and give me recognition, because this is all about accomplishment. Recognize me, heal me, feel me. Show me who I am. Help me feel deeply about what I need to do, where I'm going. This is like Reiki healing. It's called medicine rights here at the bottom, and the reason I say that is because this woman in the back here, she's like holding her energy up until like universal light, universal energy, and she's bringing it into her body, and then the energy is also being sent down to this woman and healing her, and she's like actively receiving here and nourishing her heart, like she's holding her heart here. And that's so perfect. That's so aligned with what I just said. And you got the soul retrieval here, so it's like you're bringing in, or you're asking for all the pieces of your soul to come back to you. I did this actually a couple of months ago because I felt like my pieces were being spread out, and I started to get really triggered seeing other energies. I know that we're all one. I get that. But sometimes you just know that your pieces have been kind of like taken from you, and you start to attract your mirror, like the pieces that you're missing. And so I've called all of that back to me so that I'm not being energetically drained unknowingly by other energies that are kind of taking from my consciousness. So it's like you're basically practicing a soul retrieval, like your soul has been, the pieces of you have been spread out into the light, like into different light fragments, and you're retrieving all of that in order to be whole again, to find wholeness. You got the owl here too, in which he sees everything in the dark with his third eye. And as a result, you're nourishing yourself. So like sometimes that we go through our battles in this life and we lose pieces of ourselves because of that, because fear starts to take control, and we start to rely perhaps on one piece of it, our ego perception, more than other aspects. So it's like you're bringing all of that back in, and you're nourishing yourself, not just with fruits and water, but also with books and information. So you might be reading more in the month of February, eating more, nourishing yourself with water, with tea, warm beverages, cocoa, good drink, Yeah, spending time with family, with friends, and just kind of like taking care of yourself. Okay. So, how are you entering the month, Virgo? How are you entering the month? How is Virgo entering the month? Judgment. Someone else entered the month this way. I can't remember who it was because the last time I did my 4 cycle was a week ago. It landed on its side. So you may have made a decision about something in which has hurt you and exhausted you. Like, this could be anything. It could be a relationship. It could be a group of people. It could be a social dynamic. It could be anything. It has exhausted you. You're exhausted. But you're still kind of you're still standing up. Like, you're not folding, but this situation did exhaust you and you've made a decision about it. The Judgment kind of landed on its side. So it's like, it feels like you can either let this go or you can choose to free yourself from it, because the Judgment is also the awakening. You've made a decision, you're moving on from it in order for the way to be clear. Because if you hold on, you may end up climbing a very difficult mountain in which you're not really ready to climb. But if you release it, you might feel more clear and more relaxed. And it's like you've made a decision here, a situation that you cannot control. And Judgment usually is like the release of your soul from kind of a very heavy, dense energy that's been kind of fabricated in your reality to weigh you down. And you may have realized that in order for you to retrieve your soul or kind of find wholeness, you just have to let it go. So you're walking away here with a decision kind of weighing in your hands here, not really knowing whether you should let it go or make that decision and release yourself from it. Okay? What are your hopes and desires for the month of February? Show me your hopes and desires for the month of February. The Three of Pentacles on its side. Okay, and you got the Chariot at the bottom. As soon as I saw the Chariot at the bottom, I understood the situation right away. Because the Three of Pentacles is working as a team, but you're working quite slow and you're building something as a team. However, you do compromise yourself when you are working in this kind of team dynamic, because you have to cooperate with others in order to build something. It landed on its side. So you could be hoping that you no longer have to cooperate or compromise with these certain types of team players or these kind of situations that make you feel like you're kind of stuck. You got the Chariot here. So the Chariot is all about moving on from the situation as fast as possible. I'm elevating my state of consciousness. I'm moving on from this. So it's again this kind of soul retrieval with the judgment. Like it's really like, I wonder if I can explain this kind of in the picture way that I'm seeing it. It's like our souls get attached. Well, it's actually our egos, but in order for our souls to be able to traverse the plane of our physical reality, we have to use our ego to attach to kind of earthly matter, so the root chakra. However, once we learn the lesson of attachment, so let's say there's a fear involved that keeps us from being independent or keeps us from truly embodying our soul nature, it's time for us to release ourselves from it. So our soul releases itself, it raises its consciousness, we have an awakening, we let go of that identity, we shed our skin. We're all shedding our skin right now. We're going into the year of the horse, we're leaving the year of the snake. So it's really, and this is also the year, we also just left the year 9, which is all about transformation, change, rebirth, and we're stepping into the year 10 or the year 1. And we're going into a more independent and individual, authentic kind of self and personality energy. Same astrologically, Saturn's going to go into Aries. So it's really like a big event, honestly, in March. Where we're all kind of stepping into this kind of self and personality. We're creating a new ego identity, a new personality, really becoming clear about who we are. So it feels like you're no longer compromising yourself. You don't want to compromise yourself in this situation any longer. Like you want to follow your soul and what it wants for you. You want to do what's best for you. Especially if you've been giving yourself too much to this situation in order to not create conflict. Okay, so what are your obstacles and challenges to reach your hopes and desires, Virgo? The Knight of Wands is your obstacle and your challenge, and you got the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom. So as soon as I saw the Knight of Pentacles, the risk of going too slow or too fast. The risk of going too slow or too fast. Okay. Okay. So the Knight of Pentacles, this guy, he's taking his time, right? He's following the path on the map. But the Knight of Wands, he's going off trail. Okay. So the Knight of Pentacles, he's following the details of the map. He's on the path. He's in alignment. He's taking his time. He's going really slow. He's paying attention to the details so that no bumps or cracks are left behind. But then the Knight of Wands is like, oh my God, like look at, there's an ocean and there's a boat like right at shore. Like I'm gonna cut through so I can get to my destination, right? I'm gonna cut through. So the Knight of Wands goes fast, instinct, impulse. Like I found another way. It's faster. Let's go that way. So this is really interesting to me because they're both knights. And that seems to be kind of your challenge. Like, do I stay on path or do I follow my instincts? If the obstacles and challenge is maybe stepping outside of your planned map, because the horse wants us to sprint and get there fast, right? But our soul does desire to be in alignment. So there is this kind of energy. I feel like you have to make this decision for yourself. Like this isn't something that I can tell you. You'll know whether when you're kind of going, when your instincts tell you like, oh, there's a faster way. Ask your Knight of Pentacles self, am I moving too fast? And am I not looking at what I need to repair first, or what I need to ground first, or what I need to first create securely before I kind of rush to the finish line? Or am I good, and is this a good opportunity for me to take, kind of thing? Okay. It's a lot. Show me the solutions and advice to overcome this challenge and obstacle. So what is your secret weapon? So what's the secret weapon for this challenge and obstacle? What's the challenge and obstacle to, what is a secret weapon to overcoming these obstacles and challenges for Virgo? Queen of Swords. And you got the Seven of Swords here. As soon as I saw this, I was like, uncover the bad guys. Uncover the bad guy. Queen of Swords. Stay true to yourself. Be very clear and blunt and direct about your needs. Be very clear and direct and blunt about the situation you're facing. Be very honest and outspoken when necessary. Bang your drum as loud as you can in order to be heard, especially if you're dealing with a very kind of deceptive energy or secretive energy. It feels too, because of this kind of situation, is to be very honest with yourself. When you are denying self, meaning like a situation in your life that you might be denying, that you're trying to kind of like not face because it's uncomfortable, facing it and being very clear about it so that you can move forward without any kind of instability. Okay. How are you finishing the month, Virgo? So before I get to that energy, the Knight of Swords decided to kind of fall out in reverse, crossing the Queen of Swords. So when you're stepping into your power here, in the Queen of Swords energy ruled by Libra, don't be direct and forceful or too fast to get to your destination when it comes to speaking your truth. So don't be aggressive and forceful with your voice, like, because the Knight of Swords is on attack. The Knight of Wands here, he follows pleasure, like he's more action oriented, and he takes action and he takes the path that is kind of like unseen, trying to kind of get to his destination fast, but he's quiet about it. While the Queen of Swords is loud and the Knight of Swords is even louder, but it's in reverse. So be clear and still about where you're going, but you don't need to force that truth outwardly. Like, you don't need to express yourself aggressively. You don't need to get there you don't have to get there first in order for your truth to be seen. As long as you're honest about what you're talking about, it's going to get heard. You don't have to rush to the destination to speak your truth in order to be heard. It's already going to be heard as you embody the Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords is the example. So she lives by her truth. She already is honest. She already is shown to be trustworthy. So you don't need to rush and tell everybody how honest you are. You just show up honest, and that is loud enough. Okay, I hope that got to the point there. Okay, so how are you, Virgo, finishing the month? The Strength card, that's really nice. Okay, so options, not pressure. I've been feeling that for the last year. Options, not pressure. Being strong enough to keep your options open and see every single possibility in which you want to manifest from your heart space. You're taking a while right now to nourish yourself, so you're kind of restoring your health, restoring emotional feeling, and trying to remove all the pressure off yourself from having to compromise yourself to please others. You're focused more on what brings you good feels. And that takes a lot of strength and courage and bravery in order to tame the beast, in which is afraid of following its own path and standing up to a deceptive individual, or standing up to your own self that's deceiving its own self, or standing up to your fears, or standing up to any kind of oppressor that you may be experiencing. So this is kind of like what I'm getting. And so that way you can be a little bit more free when it comes to choosing what you truly want. And you're not stealing from other people either, like your ideas. Like, you're becoming honest about what your soul truly wants. Like, you're retrieving your soul, you're becoming whole. And as a result, you're kind of manifesting multiple options that feel really good to you, that comes from you. All right. What is the last piece of advice for Virgo? Financial freedom. And it landed on the Queen of Swords. Yeah. So, I was actually thinking about this, a lot. Like, people like to judge, like, workaholics and stuff like that. Oh, he's always working, she's always working. That's what she's focused on, that's what he's focused on. He never does this and does that, never spends money and does all this stuff. Nobody is responsible for your finances. Like, if nobody's helping you make money, like, no one's paying you your bills, like, you're paying your own bills, like, nobody can have an opinion about how you spend your money, or how much you work, or how much you feel you need to work. Like, that's your decision. Like, you want to have financial freedom, you're very clear about that, you want to feel free, you want to save your money, you want to feel secure and stable. That's on you. That's what makes you feel good. Then do that, because financial health is like, it's tied with regular health. If you're not financially healthy, everything else is unhealthy. Trust me, everything is unhealthy, because you're terrified all the time of being broke. You're not able to buy the things that you want, so your emotional health is off, your mental health is off, even your spiritual health is off. So, don't ever let anybody make you feel bad for wanting to make more money, or have financial freedom, or have more abundance, or have more security, or have more stability, because you know if that's best for you or not. You know how much security and stability you need. All right.